Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here, ZSPN. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers as it concerns their first game of the semifinals against the Houston Rockets tonight. I just want to give you guys my thoughts and my opinions about the results of tonight's game and what the Lakers need to improve moving forward when it comes to the Houston Rockets and progressing throughout this series of the semifinals. So I just want to give you guys my thoughts and my opinions about it. And without further ado, let's just get right into it. So, guys, the Lakers, as a result of tonight's game against the Houston Rockets, they end up losing against the Rockets tonight. I believe it was 112-97 out there tonight. It was not a great performance overall when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers. It was sort of similar to the performance of their first game against the Blazers. So it was one of those type of moments where the Lakers kind of lacked a lot of things out there tonight when it comes down to shooting wise and just the lack of just managing a game. I can give the Lakers some credit out there when it comes to the defensive ability of the Los Angeles Lakers, because there was some moments throughout this game that the Lakers really played aggressive defense against the Houston Rockets. But the only downfall that the Lakers have suffered tonight was the shooting ability by the Houston Rockets. And it all starts with, James Harden and, not so much from Russell Westbrook because, he was decent out there, but, he kept on getting attacked by LeBron and Anthony Davis and the rest of the Lakers squad. So he was not doing his best as well, but James Harden stepped up when it came down to his shooting ability for the Houston Rockets. But to get to the Lakers performance, it was just one of those moments where I know it's just game one, so I'm just not really overreacting of the loss because maybe the Lakers are trying to learn how to play against this Houston Rockets team. So they're probably going to check the game tapes and just learn how to play aggressively against this Houston Rockets team. Because there's some moments where the Lakers could have gotten a lead against them, but it was just one of those type of moments where it's just gotten away from them at times. So that's the results of tonight's game. But getting to the stats of the Los Angeles Lakers, Anthony Davis, he stat-wise stepped up when it came down to the Los Angeles Lakers, averaged 25 points, 14 rebounds, and I believe he went 10 of 17 from the field. So it was a great performance overall when it came down to Anthony Davis stepping up his role. Unfortunately for LeBron James, he had 20 points, 8 rebounds, and I believe he had 7 assists, something like that. Like always, I'll put the correct stats of the Los Angeles Lakers playing tonight in every single one of my videos, so you guys can go check them out. We only saw like a little bit of a key best moments from LeBron James by dunking Russell Westbrook. I mean, that was just basically the best performance, highlight reel from the Los Angeles Lakers that I can really say was, a highlight, really. So it was a great moment there, but I just wanted to see more out of LeBron James, and it's just very frustrating to see this Lakers team not gain a win, but I know they'll bounce back from this. So I'm not really reading too much into this loss because it was just the they were just trying to have a feel, in my opinion, of what I saw in tonight's game. Just having a feel of how to play against the Houston Rockets, similar to what we saw from the Lakers against the Portland Trailblazers in the first round of the playoffs. So it's not too much, a huge issue for me, but I just would have loved to see a much better aggressive Lakers in tonight's game. But that's hopefully we can see that on Sunday against the Houston Rockets in Game 2. So just kudos to LeBron James. I mean, he was average 20 points, but I just really wanted to see him play, stepping up and play aggressively more, and just have a combination with Anthony Davis and that particular, instance. So a solid performance for LeBron James. And when it comes to the rest of the Lakers squad, defensively they were there, but when it came down to offensively, they just really weren't there, in my opinion. It was just not the greatest performance overall for the rest of the Lakers squad. The only guy that I can really say really stepped up for the Lakers was Caruso, okay? And especially at the end of the fourth quarter, where he, was just all over the place, putting up layups in the final three-pointer in the final seconds of the Lakers' loss against the Houston Rockets. He averaged 14 points, and just overall throughout the game, defensively, he was all over the place. And that's just what I said in my last video, that the expectations for the Lakers moving forward throughout the series and throughout the playoffs is just their defensive ability. I mean, they are really elite when it comes down to their defense, and we saw a glimpse of that in the first and second quarter from Caruso and the rest of the Lakers squad. But it's just it's just gotten away from them because of the scoring of the Houston Rockets. So, but overall, really, that's all I really have to say when it comes down to the Lakers game against the Houston Rockets. All I know is that the Lakers will bounce back from this. I'm not reading too much into this, like I said. So it's just one of those type of moments where it's just the Lakers need to check the films and just see what went wrong and what needs to be improved, and maybe the lineups could potentially be changed, or maybe they will add more minutes to some particular players so they can see the better performance out of if somebody gets more minutes. But the only thing that I can really say that the Lakers should continue on doing is to keep doubling up on James Harden, because throughout the game tonight we saw a lot of doubling against James Harden, because he is the number one guy. He is the scorer, the leading scorer really in the NBA. So it just shows that Frank Vogel did the right thing by having players doubling against James Harden. So that really worked out at some key moments in tonight's game as well. So hopefully that we see more of that, and especially also from against Westbrook. So just overall, the next thing I just want to see from the Lakers is just more improvement when it comes down to offense and also defensively. Just keeping that mindset, that Mamba mentality to play aggressive defense against the Houston Rockets team when it comes to their offensive attack. And hopefully that just turns around the scope of how the Lakers play throughout the semifinals against the Houston Rockets. So, guys, please comment down below, like, subscribe to the channel, share my videos all over Facebook, Twitter, all of the good social media stuff. And please give me your thoughts about the Los Angeles Lakers performance against the Houston Rockets in Game 1 of the semifinals. What do you guys think that the Lakers needs to improve on? Do you think they need to improve on their shooting, their offensive attack, from maybe doing it some similarity to what we've seen from them in the first round when it came down to like the third game, the fourth and the fifth game? Or because that's something I really want to see from the Lakers when it comes down to them, making a comeback in Game 2 or possibly, throughout the series in the semifinals. I mean, that's what I really want to see by the Los Angeles Lakers, but that still remains to be seen who will step up if that sort of goes, the Lakers' way when it comes down to that. So somebody needs to step up. It's not always just Anthony Davis and LeBron James. I mean, the most of the Lakers really needs to step up, especially from Kyle Kuzma, from Danny Green, KCP, Dwight Howard defensively. So he needs to also step up. And I just want Frank Vogel to give more minutes to a couple of players, really, like Dion Waiters. I mean, he is one of those type of players that really needs to, be given more minutes because, he is capable of, playing aggressive offense. And that's just something that I really want the Lakers to really focus on, especially from Frank Vogel's end, to give some more minutes to particular players that could be a huge help, especially off the bench. And just a quick shout out to Rajon Rondo for returning. I forgot to mention him in the beginning of this video, but he did return, and he was a huge help for the Lakers when it comes down to bench-wise. Being that point guard, floor general that we all know him to be, and it's just in key moments also in games that we really needed him at certain moments in certain games. And I'm just glad that he's back after being gone for almost a month and a half, 2 months and a half. I mean, he was gone for a while. He got injured in July and just did not play in the 8 games, and also just did not play in the first round for the Los Angeles Lakers. So I'm glad he's back, and hopefully a much more improvement off the bench with him being on the floor and, facilitating in the games and, just being that playmaker that he's always was. And hopefully we can see the playoff Rondo that we've been waiting for. We saw a glimpse of it, but, maybe he just needs to get his foot in and just get the rhythm going when it comes down to his playoff experience throughout this series. So that's something to really look forward to when it comes to Rajon Rondo. So guys, please comment down below. Please just comment down below. Give me your thoughts about the game tonight and the return of Rajon Rondo and just everything that I said when it comes down to the improvements and what's the expectations in Game 2 that the Lakers needs to improve on. So I just want to know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, share my videos, and guys, make sure to like all my social media sites, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'll leave the links into the description of this video so you guys can check out my social media sites, and of course, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.